Warning: The Noob and Froob show is rated NC-17 for adult language, adult content, strong sexual references, and psychological nudity. Listener discretion is advised. Opinions expressed on the Noob and Froob show does not reflect those of Jagex Ltd. RuneScape.com is a trademark of Jagex Ltd. and is not affiliated with the Noob and Froob show.
Thank you everyone. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Noob and Froob show. I am, as usual, your host, Matt. You might notice that this week we're back to normal. We don't have the bizarro world set up that we had last week. You Superman comic book fans will get that joke. But as usual, without further ado, I am joined by the wonderful, the lovely, the intelligent, because she knows more about RuneScape than you, lady that I was joined by, Satya Vista, aka That Bear.
I love you. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Now, let's tell everybody how to get in touch with us. There we go, I found my words. First of all, you can get in touch with us by leaving a comment on this here video. Just type it in there. We will try to answer. Pardon me, I'm hiccuping. Your question before the show is over. If not, we'll go back and we'll try to answer it in the comments. You can also tweet Satya at ThatBearRS. You can comment or leave her a message at facebook.com/ThatBearRS. If you are in the Barbarians clan chat, you can ask a question there for your clanmate, or you can join as a guest and feel free to question that, and I'll be on there in a minute. Need to log on to RuneScape. And finally, if you are listening via AEM radio, leave us a comment there as well, and we'll try to answer that as soon as possible.
Thank you. So let's get into the news. First up, we have on the list the same kind of update we have every freaking week. Ladies and gentlemen, it is
Treasure Hunter
Prismania 2. So what's happening? Yes, and apparently my sound effects are delayed. But anyway, for the next little bit until the June 12th, you'll be able to get prismatic lamps. All lamps will be prismatic. All falling stars, shooting stars, etc. will be prismatic. And not only will they all be prismatic, but you will get 50% extra XP. How exciting. Wonderful. And next up we have win an Alienware gaming laptop. Ooh. Head over to RuneScape's Facebook. You fill out a short little form that has your email address and your RuneScape username for a chance to win an Alienware gaming laptop. Oh my. Totes excite.
Totes.
Alright, so we had a behind the scenes video.
Hello? Hello? It seems we have lost Satya. Oh, I think she's back. There she is.
Hi!
Hello. Yes. While you were gone, I was too dazed and confused. I was trying to pick up the torch and keep reading the news, but I was too busy trying to figure out if you were actually gone or not.
Oh,
So yeah,
this is why you don't let a noob do a Frib's job.
no, I believe you were talking about the behind the scenes video, however.
Yes, I was. I don't remember where I left off, but it is wonderful.
Yes.
We could try to reload the news here. Okay,
The
the
lag is
mighty.
strong with this hangout.
Yeah, that's everybody's leaving. Apparently, my voice is cutting out really bad, so this might be a short edition of the Nova Verb show, and one that's probably deleted from history.
Yes.
Anyway, the quest we have on the list is the Mighty Fall. Bandos is dead, but his faithful are still itching for a fight. RuneScape's latest master level quest: survive the brutal Kajaj tournament, save the Dorkshan from certain doom, and give the lost followers of Bandos a renewed sense of purpose. If you remember correctly, Bandos was killed in the world events against Armadillo. He lost his head. So, what's going on here in this quest? It's a free-for-all battle between some big names here. General Grandor's there, his band of followers. We got Zanuck, if you remember the nice little lady girl from all those lovely Dorkshan quests. We have Bork, we have Yelps, all fighting for the position of the God of War. So if you take part in this quest, you get a level 72 hand crushing weapon from the tournament. It can be upgraded to a level 75 weapon with a
Oh joy.
Bando's hilt. I've heard that this is a pretty decent weapon, and it's worth the time. There's a big book of Bandosian lore, which can be filled out by collecting chronicles on Ubisk. After the quest, there's also a title. Improvement drops from Borg, the option to switch the Trollheim teleport spell's destination to the God Wars dungeon, and this is the big reason here to do the quest: easier access, faster access to the God Wars
Yes.
dungeon, and there is massive XP for combat. So, speak to your Tog and Dorshan Khan, and here's your requirements. You must be a member. You must have 79 attack. Strength, Constitution must be 78. Your defense level must be 72. You must have 69 Slayer. You must have completed the Chosen Commander. Missing Presumed Death, My Arm's Big Adventure. You must have defeated Bork at least once. Doesn't seem too much. I've not done the quest personally. A lot of people are saying this is probably the best combat quest we've had in a while, so
Oh.
totes excited for that.
Hmm.
Let's take a look at the Elf City design document.
Alrighty.
Let's open that now. Since my internet reset, I have to reopen all this crap. Wonderful. Okay, and I'll screen share so we can look at it together.
Yay.
Possibly. Not that. I think this is what I'm looking for. And I think my net's about to crash again. There we go. Okay, Elf City design brief number 4: the Ithil and the Amelod. Hope I'm saying that right. So the Ithil clan is crafting and construction. Here is their symbol. It kind of looks very musical.
It does.
Mm-hmm. The Singing Bowl. The Singing Bowl acts identically to the bowl singing found in Brimstall's cave, converting crystal tools to seeds and vice versa. It's a pain in the ass to get the Brimstall's cave to convert your crystals, so this is going to be handy. Crystal Flex Sandstone Spot ×5. This is the level 81 mining and crafting of 89 requirement. Each Crystal Flex Sandstone mining rock produces a Crystal Flex Sandstone. Who would have thought? Players can mine a maximum of 15 crystal flake mining spots per day, which resets daily. Any amount of crystal glass can be made in one day. The amount a player can mine will likely increase with the elf task set reward. Crystal glass is untradeable, but crystal flask will be tradable. Crystal glass requires no crafting level, but crystal flask requires level 89 to craft. Crystal flasks are made by using a glass blowing pipe with crystal glass, yielding crafting experience. The flask can be used to make combination potions. A combination potion is created when a number of potions are used together with a crystal flask in inventory. This creates a 6-dose potion with the combined effects of all the components. The player must have unlocked and bought the combination potion recipe before they can make the chosen potion. There are 20 possible potion combinations in total. More information on these 20 combinations will be found in the next document next week.
Okay.
There's going to be a soft clay mining spot ×5.
There was a thing that Mod Osborne also wanted to point out in the thing about the crystal flasks, they are not replacing or doing. There was a question about them replacing current flasks, whatever. That's not going to be a thing. Crystal flasks are going to be specifically for this content. They're not replacing other flasks.
Mhm.
Other potions and flasks will still remain in the game, and he made a point to address that in the podcast because there were some questions about that.
Right. You have to think about it like this. Yeah, you'll be able to create these. You'll be able to combine potions. One of those is not going to be an overload. You're still
Right.
going to need your flask for overload. You're still going to need your flask for like prayer renewals and things like that that cannot be combined. Like we only have 20 that we're going to be able to combine, and it's probably going to be things like extreme ranging and extreme defense, or extreme mage and
Hmm.
extreme defense, strength and attack, and et cetera, and things like that. So you're still going to have a need for the regular flask. Keep that in mind. It's not going to deter from that.
No.
Alright, let's move ahead to the soft clay mining spot times 5. Level 75 mining required. Pretty much you'll be able to mine soft clay without having to use hard clay on water or a clay bracelet. So that just speeds things up there. There's going to be, as with all the elf clans, there's going to be pickpocketing of NPCs. These will be level 88. Wandering
Oh,
in the middle of the ring will be the Ithil workers. Common pickpocketing elements will include construction elements, seaweed, sandstone, and hides. Rare elements will include expensive construction elements and crystal flask. So in the
yes.
outer circle, there's going to be a robust glass machine times 2, crystal harps, and crystal singing, level 75, 80, 85, and 90 smithing. So, the crystal singing process is as followed. Fight monsters to get drops of crystal seeds. Play the harp to get a harmonic dust. Combine the crystal seeds with harmonic dust to make crystal items. The player fights monsters in Elf City and gets crystal seeds as drops. The player then needs harmonic dust to make crystal items. In the outer circle of Ithos segments are harps. The player clicks on harp to start playing it continuously. While they are playing, they continually gain crafting XP and dust, which is stackable in the inventory. This requires a minimum of 75, but a higher crafting level increases the rate at which the player gains XP and dust. While they are played, the hearts will gradually go out of tune, decreasing the rate at which the player gains XP. So this is hopefully going to keep it from being OP as far as crafting XP goes, and not completely kill the price of hides. The player can interact with the instrument to retune it. Next, the player combines the crystal seeds with harmonic dust to make crystal items. The player can use the crystal singing bowl in the middle circle of this little section to convert crystal seeds into crystal equipment, and to add new charges to existing crystal equipment. Both of these processes consume harmonic dust. The cost of recharging reduces for players with higher smithing levels. Attuned crystal gear cannot be recharged and is destroyed when fully depleted.
Mhm.
Crystal items will degrade with use, just as they currently do. When they run out of charges, they revert to the type of seed that they were created from. The seed can be used to create a new item. Attuned crystal gear does not revert to a seed and is destroyed instantly. So here's the 4 types of equipment that can be made, and their pictures, which look absolutely lovely.
Yes.
We have normal combat weaponry. This requires level 75. This is, of course, going to be, our bows, our shields, staffs, etc., etc. There's going to be some tools that require levels 80 spending, some teleport items, which are going to require smithing of 85, attuned combat weaponry, which is the ones that degrade completely to dust, level 90. Very elfish, I think. Anyway.
Yes.
The attuned crystal weapons have a chance of dealing more damage based on the player's agility level. Every time the player attacks, there is a chance that the attack will deal an additional 25%. So let's just think about this for a
Hmm.
second. With these crystal weapons, your agility level is going to come into play. So that's pretty
Matters.
interesting. Right. The crystal bow and the chakra attuned versions don't require ammunition but degrade when they're fired.
Mhm.
All right, so let's move on.
Alrighty.
The crystal tools will be a saw, a fletching knife, tinderbox, hammer, chisel, etc. There is not going to be, as of right now, a pickaxe or a hatchet, unfortunately, and these have no requirements to be used but are non-tradable. Right now, they provide a +3 bonus to the player's level and the associated skill, but only when performing activities that use the tool. Just kind of the way that the crystal saw already worked, but now we have the fletching knife, tinderbox, hammer, and chisel. Now, crystal teleport items have no requirements to use, but are also non-tradable. They have 4 uses each. The clan-specific crystals teleport the player to the outer ring of the clan section of Prifidanis. The Lita teleport crystal can be used to teleport either to Lita or the Temple of Light. This is pretty much how it works now after Morning Yin Point 1. Illumined acts mechanically identical to how she always has. She will recharge your teleport crystals for 150 to 750 coins. She will only do this if it's out of charges, unlike her incarnations outside the Elf City, which all these will remain. So if you can't get access to the Elf City, you don't have to worry about trying to hunt down Illumined to charge your crystals.
Yes.
There's going to be a sawmill operator, so there'll be a place for us to convert logs into planks there. There's going to be a sand pit, of course, to get your buckets of sand. There's going to be a pottery wheel, 3 of those, 3 furnaces, and, of course, the pickpocketing NPCs. Now let's go on to the Omlad clan. This is summoning and divination. They got the lovely owl here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is a look at their middle circle. Shadow creatures, various combat levels, as well as level 85, 90, and the 95 divination. 3 tiers of shadow, higher level than those seen in the Temple of Light, will wander around in the crater. If you remember from the Temple of Light quest, when you're walking down there to go to the Death Altar, the shadows will appear, and you can fight those, things like that. It's pretty much like the core from the Court Beast, things like that. You'll be able to, of course, have some combat against these. You'll be rewarded with large amounts of divination XP based on the level, of the shadow itself. So, light creature familiar, level 88 summoning shadow creatures, and through other activities in Elf City, the player will gather light cores. These are secondary ingredients in the construction of light creature familiars. These familiars are the same creatures in those of the tiers of Guthix Cave. Light creatures are divination familiars that immediately convert energy and enriched energy into divination XP, so something pretty handy as far as divination training goes. There's going to be a Summoning and Bliss. There's going to be Bog-Rog style NPC. Now this character will give players 70% of the shards required to create a pouch. He will also sell summoning components at the same price as Bog-Rog and with the same stock. This NPC will offer familiarization teleport in the same manner as Pick-a-Mix. Of course, there's going to be pickpocketing NPCs. These are going to be level 96 on the other hand. Wandering in the middle of the area will be the Omlad workers. Common pickpocketing items will include divination energy, summoning charms, charm slices, portents, and signs. Rare items will include full pouches and high-level portents and signs. And here's a look at the outer circle. There's going to be a fairy ring, some more pickpocketing NPCs of level 96, and an impling collector. An elf character wants the players to complete a codex of all the implings in the world. Once you have collected all the implings in the world, you will be able to get bonus experience for catching an impling. This was on the player poll. The player will also unlock a huge chunk of Hunter XP upon completion. And that brings us to the end of the design document.
Huzzah.
And sound effects not working, but whatever. This podcast has already went all the hell anyway.
Yeah, we try to make the best of it.
Alright, so of course after... Yeah, not amused.
I can tell.
Anyway, so after we've done that design document, there was a podcast. Yes.
Fucking podcast.
Where some things have changed, and I'm going to run through a list of everything that has changed with the first design document from last week. When I said they're going to be to buy saplings because you're too lazy to wait the 5 minutes to grow your sapling. They're looking at ways of introducing concentrated deposits such as mithril. They will be adding a bank chest in the Trehorn area. They'll be looking at adding hops patch in the Crywees area. They're looking at an idea of adding effect to one or more of the farm patches in the area in the same manner as My Arm's farming patch means that it wouldn't get diseased, it would not die, etc. A lot of people were asking for non-XP rewards for mining the Serene Stones, like a reward shop with a point system. They're not really
Yes.
keen on that idea, but they will continue to look into it. Summoning gems will now be given in addition to the gem you would have received from a gem rock, not instead of that gem. They received a lot of feedback that there are too many and too few rocks in the area, so they're pretty much just leaving the mining rocks as is. They're not going to be changing them. Um, they want to note that collecting an onyx from the gem rocks is going to be extremely, extremely rare. So, don't run out and sell your fury just yet because of this. And, okay. As far as the seed seller, from what we know, it's going to be a giant int type dude. Wonderful. There's a couple of requests for dwarves in the city, as well as feedback that the dwarves should not be included. They like the idea of there are plenty of characters, and there's just no room for dwarves. So I'm sorry to all you dwarf fans, no dwarves. So do you have any notes from the second half of the podcast?
I do. There are going to be some POH improvements. Um, basically, in the sense of skins, things like that. There has been talk of an Elf City pet shop, like elven related pets, like for instance the crystal peacock, which was the runner up in the pet contest recently. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, we want to be able to get that when we do Elf City," and they're thinking about doing that, but the phrase they're using right now is like bursting at the seam or whatever of content that they're already doing. So it's not going to be out on release more than likely, but it will come later. And those are really the only things, because as usual in these podcasts they babble and make jokes and don't focus on the actual task at hand. So that's all I really had.
They also stated, that crystal armor is not going to be directly available. It's something that will
Yes.
happen in the future, but not anytime soon.
Right.
They are adding, like Matt said, a player-owned portal to your house in Ithel, but do not be expecting a crystal skin for your house. It is just not possible at this time. They're adding a workbench to train construction. They're adding a hides tanner, and they also want to note that the clay spot that gives soft clay is not going to completely devalue the clay bracelet.
Yes.
There's actually going to be another use for the clay bracelet. So I kind of recommend loading up on clay bracelets while they're cheap now, because they're going to have a good use in the near future. So that's pretty much everything that we know so far with the Elf City.
Yes.
And my round of applause isn't working, so we're just going to clap, because that's wonderful. Awesome. Let's cut to commercial break.
I like this idea. All right. Everybody, hello. My name is Matthew, and this show has already gone to hell, and I'm not going to do a fucking voice today. I just want to tell you this. If you're looking for a wonderful clan, a clan full of wonderful people who are helpful and nice and let you borrow things and go to do shit with you after you've been hacked and lost all your money, we're not mean. We don't do that shit to you. We help. We're a community clan. We're like a second family to all of our clan members. What clan am I talking about? I'm forced talking about the Barbarians clan. We've got a tier 6 citadel. We've got a because the sound effects aren't working. We've got an awesome clan base full of wonderful people. We've got the hardest working and best clan leader in the game. There it is. Holy fucking shit. surprisingly, it happened to play whenever I was talking about the fact that we have a really good clan leader. Oh, I wonder.
No. It's not a
Well,
coincidence. I pushed it
absolutely
like
not.
5 minutes ago.
Absolutely not. Anyway, so yeah, join the Barbarians clan. If anything, out of sympathy for this show, because it didn't go so well. We apologize for that. But join the Barbarians clan so
If I push
have fun
applause
with
now,
RuneScape.
maybe it'll cut in when it's over. So what's happening right now, where I live is having a really bad storm. We have tornado warnings. My internet's cutting in and out, and therefore Matt and I are on a really bad delay. So he's not actually like cutting me off when I talk. He's just answering something I said like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So I know this show is horrible right now, but just bear with us.
BEAR with us. BEAR.
It can't get any worse. So let's talk about some fun stuff. Second half of the show, I'm going to jump into the topic. We might get to the patch notes. We might get to something,
Maybe.
but we have to discuss this really important news article.
Super important.
This just in. Okay, listen to this. Man jumped down from the fourth floor after seeing how ugly his online girlfriend was in real life.
Motherfucker got catfished.
This is from the the Real Singapore. This is a newspaper in Singapore. So let's get into this. All right. It starts out with a quotation that our lovely Jumper said. I thought you were really pretty, but I was just so stupid. I believe that you're really beautiful in those pictures, but those were filtered and edited.
Oh my.
What? So Mr. Mark Anthony Perez met this beautiful girl online, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking he was catfished. You're all thinking it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. No. What she did was she used a really good camera, took really good pictures, and then photoshopped them. And apparently, because she didn't look as flawless in real life as she did in her photoshopped pictures, Mr. Perez jumped 4 floors
Oh my god.
to his demise. Mark Anthony was already dead on the spot when the ambulance arrived. He received major injuries such as a broken bone, spinal cord specifically, and damage to his vital organs, especially his lungs, brain, and a broken heart. Even the doctors expected that it would cause much to Mark Anthony's body that they could never save him because he landed solidly on the floor face first. Face first. So what do we get out of this? Don't Photoshop.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do that. Also,
I can't imagine. Like, I've seen Photoshopped pictures, and you know they're Photoshopped, and you know
yeah.
the person's not going to look, like blurry and very well lighted in certain areas, and the overly sharpened eyes. And I just don't understand how he could have. I don't get it.
If anything, like it's not just the fact that she photoshopped, it's also his stupidity. He should have known better, and he should have realized, okay, these pictures might not exactly be authentic completely. So maybe we can attribute part of this to him being shallow. I don't know. All I know is that a reasonable person would not have jumped off of a 4-story building to their death over being what he might claim catfish.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, next up in the news, there's some wonderful news for all you people living in your grandmother's basement. You can finally go to college, especially in South Korea, because South Korea is aiming to make computer gaming a college major.
oh hell yeah.
Round of applause for that.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. We gotta get those kids playing StarCraft and League of Legends and all that shit so that they can boost Korea's economy, and because because China's done. We can't have China on the throne anymore.
As a child, were you told by your parents that computer gaming would destroy your life and get you
Absolutely.
nowhere? Were you grounded from using the computer when you got low grades in school?
Yes.
Well, here's some good news for you. You can now have a bright future with computer gaming. Chang'an University, one of South Korea's top 10 schools, will be accepting computer gamers into school as, quote, athletes,
Ah!
end quote.
Ah!
Starting this school year, the university will be accepting esports applicants and putting them in the school's Department of Sports Science, which is traditionally known as the home of ball gamers and other physical sports. The offer may be non-traditional, but many Chang'an sees that it's a step towards the future, making gaming the next it in the next few years.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Huzzah!
Oh, yay! So let's get into some freaking patch notes before I kill somebody.
Let's do it because
I'm about to jump off the fourth floor.
Don't do it. Please don't. Just kill me instead. I will offer myself up as an offering. I'll just read the patch notes. Graphical. The mining animation no longer jumps when it tries to loop the animation. Oh joy. Other. The Spirit Tree Teleport interface has now been updated in accordance with player suggestions. The Earn Keys button in Treasure Hunter now opens the correct page when opened from the downloadable client. Expensive spices can now be held within the Dragon Keepsake box. Player names now display in an updated font to ensure that the length of text in the chat window remains consistent. Ninja fixes. Players can now use matching level 90 degrade to dust items on each other to combine their charges. Items that can be placed on the Grand Exchange will now include their guide price in their examined text. I noticed this while examining some items randomly in my inventory, so and I do believe it will update with the Grand Exchange. So at any given time, you can pretty much examine your item. This isn't reflective of street price, but whatever the Grand Exchange price is at the time, it will reflect that accordingly. Bloom has been applied to Master Caves. There is now a recharge all option on the totem pole in the Legends Guild. Milton the Miller in Ardon has decided to slow down his windmill. Okay. Good job, Milton. The look of all sawmill interfaces have been updated, and there is now a buy all option on some of the items in the Nariki Toplos reward shop. They were short as fuck this week, ladies and gentlemen. The patch notes.
Thank you. We have a question from the audience. Samuel the God wants to know how we are preparing.
Oh dear. I think we have lost Satya again. I can't hear her. So just in case you all can't hear her too, I hope we're not talking over each other right now on your end. Try to start doing the Reddits. First off, we have a thing that talks about a Jagex mod posted in the forums regarding the recent poll. That about the minimap icons. And, you know, as some of you might know, reverting back to the old icons won by 68%. However, we are not going to have that as a result. We are not going to have that happen even though it won. No. We're going to just have the current icons be updated instead of reverting back to the old ones, even though that's what won. And it's kind of funny to me because in the recent podcast, Mod Osborne talked about, well, there's been some feedback about us going back on polls, and he's like, oh no, we're not going back. Well, you are going back on polls. The polls are being gone back on, and this proves it. We voted for the minimap icons to go back to the way they were, but they're not doing that. They're doing the opposite, which was to keep the new ones and improve them. So basically, power to the players isn't entirely even working. If Jagex can just do what they want to do, even though a poll suggested the opposite. So that kind of irks me. And I believe we have a bear rejoining us.
I'm so sorry. Okay. I finished answering Samuel's question. I don't even know what he heard, what he didn't. I don't care about legacy. I'm preparing by investing in items with special attacks, such as God Swords, Dragon Equipment, Dragonfire Shields, anything that has any special attached to it pre-EOC. That's where my money's going right now. Thank you for the question. And the applause works magically.
Yes, yes.
Anyway,
what I was
you.
doing, yes, what I was.
We have a Twitter question for you, Matt.
Oh, really?
They want to know why it sounds like you're moaning.
Well, you see, I decided to take my fleshlight out on a date this evening, and we came back home. So.
Oh my God.
Not really. It may sound like I'm moaning because my voice sounds a little bit different because I have been smoking cigarettes recently, so that might be altering my voice to sound a little bit more husky than usual. I'm not moaning. I sound like Lunch Lady Belinda. But anyway, there's your answer to that question. Absolutely not awkward. Absolutely not at all. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That was a great question. Thank you. Can we just get to the Reddits? I just want the show over with.
Yes, we'll
Before
get.
my internet dies again.
Right, let's get through the Reddits and then we can. Unfortunately, guys, we'll end the show early, but we'll get to the Reddits now. I already I did one Reddit, and that was regarding the mini-map vote. But let's go on to another one. There's a ninja request. Make it so that you can put items into your BOB similar to withdrawing them through a button in their inventory interface. It would be useful for things such as altar running and other things that require multiple of the same item. Satya, what do you think of this ninja request idea?
I didn't even hear anything you said.
Alright.
Why don't you answer it?
Okay, so make it so that you can put items into your BOB similar to withdrawing them through a button on their inventory interface. Basically, this is just saying like they're tired of right-clicking and withdrawing, or right-clicking and putting them in. So similar to the buttons we get in the bank, it would be more convenient, absolutely, and altar running and stuff like that would be easier to do. So yeah, I think that could be a good idea.
That's okay.
Right.
If you say it's a good idea, then it's a good idea.
But
Alright, next question. I don't know. Next question.
You just want to get this over with.
I just want this show to be over.
Oh gosh.
Like right now.
I'm sorry. Alright, we have another ninja request.
The fourth floor is looking better and better.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
I'm sorry.
Alright, ninja request. Automatically use supplies from Bob Familiars when crafting materials. For example, if you craft urns with a pack yak containing 30 soft clay and have 28 soft clay in your inventory, your item creation interface would display that you are able to make 29 urns. However, your character stops after running out of clay in your inventory. Again, this seems like another good idea for...
This seems like some lazy-ass motherfuckers who are on the Reddit, is what it sounds like to me.
Oh shit, we have the angry Reddit Satya this evening.
Like, how hard is it to hit the little fucking familiar button?
Mm-hmm. Oh dear. Yeah. Anyway, how hard is it to hit the familiar button and just do it the way it is? I think is what she was going after. You need to hit the goddamn familiar. It's been designed. You lazy motherfuckers. I believe that's where she was going. Alright. Okay, so we've also gone into an idea, a suggestion on the poll or on the Reddit here about possible um, ideas for titles when you get 99s and skills. When we get the skill 99, the quest cape, various things like for attack, the vicious, strength, the strong arm, defense, the guardian, prayer, the faithful, herbler, the botanist, cooking, the chef, mining, the miner, smithing, the blacksmith, summoning, the shaman, divination, the diviner, so on and so forth, according to the different skills and capes and all that. So I don't know. It seems like it might be a good idea. Anyway, we're talking about the possibility of
Ding dong, the witch is back.
yes, hello. You're not a witch. You're just
There's
having
the doorbell
there
like
it
5 minutes
is.
later.
You're just
Jeez Louise.
okay. Anyway, we're talking about someone's idea about having titles when you get a 99.
This little laugh track just pops out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Titles, yes.
yes, titles for when you get 99s. For instance, when you get Slayer, you have the Slayer title, or when you get range, you get the Archer, Constitution, the Tank, Agility, the Forerunner, Herblore, the Botanist, etc., etc. What do you think of this idea?
A waste of fucking time.
I believe we're only going to get cynical answers this evening, but what the fuck? Let's just keep going. All right. This might get your goat a little bit. Are there really that many furries on RS? The current poll is offering a free item, and the fucking fox outfit is winning. The hell! This is me being mad. Yes, furries are disgusting, creep me out, and you guys are now ruining my chance of getting a HUD bet mining. Fuck you guys. Go suck off a dog or something. This person does not like furries. In the slightest.
Mm-hmm.
He must play on World 59.
Shit.
Oh.
Is this show over yet? Please, God.
Oh, dear.
Just go to the next question. I can't even answer that. I'm a furry. Next
All
question.
right. Yes.
You hate me. That's cool.
Yeah. Looking for a great community clan. Join Barbarians. God damn it.
There's only one furry in there. Well, actually, there's two.
Yes.
How
The numbers.
many minutes we got left? Okay, go.
A lot, but we'll probably end up short anyway. Would an offhand ascension be worth it if I already have Death Lotus darts? I don't know how to
Death
answer
Lotus
that
darts
part.
are crap. It takes way too much effort to make those.
Yeah. So,
They don't last as long as an offhand ascension. Get your lazy ass an offhand ascension. Thank you.
go to
Call again.
Oslulis and get it.
Next question.
Yes. Make automatic butler payments a permanent toggle. Currently, you can toggle automatic butler payments while doing construction, but if you leave the house, the automatic payments will need to be re-enabled. It would be nice if we could make it a permanent toggle.
Sure.
So I'm guessing the applause that played was very coincidental.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's just another lazy step. But yeah, sure, whatever.
Veterans, what was your way of making money around 5 years ago? I used to collect mithril and adamant arrows in the old wilderness. How did you make money when you first started playing about 5 years ago, Satya?
5 years ago, let's see. That's when I first started.
Yes.
I mined a lot of gold. And after that, for combat, I killed flesh crawlers.
Yes.
And the stronghold of player security. And then I killed some chaos druids.
All right.
And yeah, that was my thing.
Sweet.
What about you, Matt? What were you doing 5 years ago?
I wasn't playing RuneScape.
Yay.
Boo.
Next question.
Boo. That was a very convenient laugh track.
That one was on purpose.
Oh shit. God damn it. Ninja request. Make option to mute banners. Please, dear God, make banners mutable. Add a right-click option to them so we don't have to see the useless spam. Not sure why this isn't already a thing. Literally the most annoying thing on RuneScape.
People pay like $50 for those things. I don't think we should be able to mute them.
Yes.
You know, they're funding our updates, right?
Absolutely. Pretty much. Anyway, this is the last question, and then we can GTFO.
Yes.
Question about Chaotix and Frost Dragons. Since I'm coming up to 85 Dungeoneering and about to get my first Chaotic, I got my Charming at first. That was dumb, buddy. I'm sorry, but it was. You got it in your Chaotic first. I was wondering about a couple things. First, how effective is the Chaotic Maul against Frost Dragons? Also, since I'm going to be doing a lot of Slayer after 92 player, is the Chaotic Maul one of the best Chaotix for Slayer due to the two-handed AoE abilities? I've had my eyes on the Maul because is comparatively cheaper than the dual rapiers. La la la. So basically, will this Chaotic Maul be effective against Frost Dragons?
Yes, anything that's got a melee weakness at all, whether it be stab or slash, is going to be effective to any kind of melee weapon. It's just when you use their weakness, you're going to hit a little bit more often. It doesn't kind of affect how high you hit. So you'll be fine with the Chaotic Maul if you can afford the rapiers.
Yes.
And that's the final answer, and let's get the hell out of here.
Let's do that. I want to thank everybody who tuned in, who stayed listening despite through the shittiness. I want to thank AM Radio, Gamer Girl Radio, Awesomeness TV, the Barbarians Clan. I want to thank all of you. I hope you all have a good night. Yeah.
And thank you, Jagex, for not suing us.
That too.
And
I
we love
always
you.
forget
Good night.
that.
Bye.
Goodbye. Mwah, 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 bye.